And it's for that like little moment when they're viewing through the glass and they can see what I'm working on, and I flake away a little piece of rock and you can see the bone underneath. We're the only people to have seen that surface of bone in like hundreds of millions of years.
If you've ever been to the dinosaur wing of DC's Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, then you may know about its world-famous FossiLab. Here, you can get an up-close look at scientists uncovering secrets of the past thought to be buried long ago. And pressed up against a few inches of glass, it almost feels like you can reach out and touch them.
It's one thing to see what happens here as a normal spectator from the outside.
But how about getting the chance to go behind the glass to get a sneak peek at one of the coolest jobs in the world? Let's just say being a lowly feature reporter has its perks sometimes.
This is a fishbowl where people can come and watch real science in real time.
Fossil preparators here, like Miria Perez, are piecing together prehistoric life one tiny fiber or bone at a time. So how does a fossil from hundreds of millions of years ago end up here, and what exactly does a quote-unquote fossil preparator do?
A lot of our curators, they have research needs. They'll go out in the field and collect fossil specimens and they'll bring them here in the lab, where fossil preparators like myself and Diana, who you'll meet in a minute, prepare and take those bones out of the rock.
Miria told me the Smithsonian has an army of scientists all over the world constantly making new discoveries. She and other preparators like Diana Boudreau are responsible for getting the fossils found in the field ready to be displayed or stored here.
They'll wrap it up in a big plaster bandage, bring it back with a bunch of rock, and then we cut that open and start the preparation process.
Diana tells me this part of the process can take a pretty long time.
Try hundreds of hours.
Today's subject was an ancient amphibian called Eriops. I know, hard to believe it's not a dinosaur. Its closest living relatives are actually frogs and salamanders.
You can actually see along the edges here, there's a bunch of teeth. So we're basically looking at the roof of the mouth of the animal.
As Diana shaved bits of rock away, dust collector tubes coming down from the ceiling sucked up the debris, all part of the state-of-the-art design here. Miria told me getting the fossil out of the rock is just the beginning.
Only a very small percentage of fossils that we have are on display. So a lot of them are actually behind the scenes.
Fossils are divided by need, some for research, some for collections. Everything is cataloged.
So we have a database, and everything will go into the database, and it will be assigned a number.
The public actually never really see the majority of bones here. They're stacked on shelves of vaults and secret wings of the museum. Each fossil has its own custom-made case.
For larger things and really fragile things, they'll get what's called an archival jacket.
Crafting these jackets from plaster and fiberglass is another big part of a fossil preparator's job. This time-lapse video shows Miria supervising the creation of a jacket for the fossil of a dinosaur called Gorgosaurus, basically a small T-Rex.
We have to preserve the past and conserve it and keep these specimens for as many generations as we can, so we can learn from them.
And that's the reason Miria and Diana say they do what they do.
The past is the key to the present.
Examining what came before, they tell me, can show us how to adapt and survive in the future as a species. And all of this happens here, in full view of the public in our nation's capital. There's no place or job quite like it.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
But you know, I'll look up and someone waves and I'll wave back. Sometimes on my little like whiteboard, I'll write a question. And so sometimes people will answer it by writing something on their phone and holding it up to the window, and it's like a funny answer and we laugh.
In the district, Matt Kaufax.
Come by and give us a wave through the window.
WTOP News.
For more stories like this, download and listen to WTOP Radio on our app or tune in to 103.5 FM. Diana tells me this part of the process can take a pretty long time.
Try hundreds of hours. Why?